Hello there YouTube, it's Goatan back once again with another tech video. I'm here with Space Cat, who'll probably try and get in the way of the camera no matter what I do. Tonight I'm talking about the mcable gaming edition. This is supposedly an upgrade to the other mcable, the Ultra, and we all know that these cables, they can actually improve the in-headset quality of the graphics you get when you're looking through the PSVR headsets. Now, these cables are called upscaling cables, but they don't actually upscale the image that you see with inside the headset. That would be impossible. It doesn't take a 1080 signal and turn it into a 2160 output. Instead, what it'll do is it'll actually enhance the image by improving the contrast, the shading of the colours, and it actually does like a little bit of smoothing to each pixel. It redraws each one individually. Now, supposedly, this cable goes one step further, and they've actually built some sort of anti-aliasing algorithm into the actual chip itself. So it's not only is it going to go through those image enhancement techniques where it's going to improve the colours and, as I say, the contrast a little bit, it's going to actually try and reduce jaggies. Now that sounds amazing, and if you look at the box itself, if we turn it over, you can see here there's a little sample picture where it shows you what the jaggies looked like before the aliasing was applied just from the cable, and you can see it looks like it's going to be quite an improvement. Now obviously I'm not expecting the in-headset quality to be quite as dramatic, but any kind of improvement to reduce those jaggies inside the headset is a welcome addition. Now if we just look a little bit further down here, you can actually see how the cable works a little bit. So rather than it just being a plain old ordinary HDMI cable, it's actually got a processing chip built into the head, and that's the end that actually plugs into the PSVR unit, or if you were using it just for your like DVDs to upscale those, it would be going into your telly. And that's all done by powering it through the USB cable that's attached, and I'll show you how you get that all connected in a minute or two. I'm just going to open the box, show you the cable, and then I'll connect it up and show you how to do that. As you can see here, I've actually opened up the box a little bit so you can actually get a look at the cable itself. Now what we've got there is, this is the small end that goes to the source. That's going to plug straight into the PSU box that you get with the PSVR. This is the USB connection. That's actually what powers the chip inside the cable itself. And this end here, I'm going to loop this around through a coupler and back to cable 4. That'll then go into the PSVR headset, and I'll show you what that looks like when you get it all hooked up, just like I did with the other video. So as you can see here, it actually connects up exactly the same as the other cable does. So down here, this is the source end of the mcable itself. That's going into the processing box from the PSVR, and then it loops around, and I've actually got this is the TV output end. That's actually going into a coupler. I got the coupler separately from Amazon, and then that's plugging into here, cable number 4, which you can see label number 4, and that goes all the way around back into the headset itself. And the USB cable, because I'm running on the PS4 Pro, that's just plugged into the PS4 itself. Now one thing I would point out, to ensure that the cable does get power, I would always turn on the PS4 Pro first, give that a moment or two, then turn on the headset, and then that'll actually ensure that the cable itself gets the power before your headset boots up. So what I've got here, this is some footage I've tried to capture using my phone down the lens. Obviously it's not as good as your naked eye when you've got the headset on and you don't get that 3D vision, but I hope you can see here, just looking at it, the colours are a lot more vibrant, and as I look at distant objects, there's like visibly fewer jaggies on all of the structures, the asteroids. It looks a lot tidier. At first I wasn't sure there was much going on, but after having a little fly around, it's definitely a lot better, and I've tried Farpoint as well, and there are improvements there. What I want to try and do is show you some side by side here. So on the left I've got the gamer cable. This is the footage I've just been showing you. It takes me a while to find some obstacles, but on the right this is the Ultra. This is the first mcable, well not the first mcable, but it's the mcable that gets replaced by this gamer edition. And you can see, even with the mcable, there's still a few jaggies going on, and while the colours do pop a little bit more, it's just nowhere near as gorgeous as what it looks like on the left hand side. And you can see there's quite a lot of jaggies on those structures, and it all kind of wobbles a little bit, and that's kind of like normal, but on the left hand side of the screen it just looks so much better. I would overall say it's definitely worth upgrading to the cable if you can afford it. Some of the changes you see feel quite subtle, but overall, when you start to realise it's actually not the close-up things that are getting changed too much, it's the far-away objects that are getting improved. And you start to notice when you play games like Farpoint that the humanoids, they don't seem to go out as focus as much. It just kind of makes a whole world of difference. It's a lot easier to hit things in the background, it's a lot easier to aim, the sights look a lot clearer. I tried capturing some footage for you, but it was near impossible trying to use the aim controller and record down the headset at the same time. I would definitely recommend checking it out if you get the chance to. It's certainly an upgrade I'm happy with. So here's just a little bit of technical information about the mcable, just showing you some of the stats about what it does, what it changes. And you can see on the table here it'll actually support the 1080p at 120Hz, but it doesn't actually do any upscaling. It'll say on the right it doesn't do that, it just does its image enhancing, which is the contextual anti-aliasing, and the changes to the colours and the brightness, which, as you can see in the clip I've uploaded, even though that's using my phone, it still looks pretty kick-ass. And if you are looking at getting one of these cables yourself, currently the only place you can get one is from Marseille's website, which is www.marseilleinc.com. And you can see there the price. It's not too cheap, but they do international shipping. If you want to hold out, you can always wait till it's available from third-party suppliers, and I'm pretty sure you'll find it at a better price eventually. If you have any questions or queries, feel free to ask away, and when I get the chance I'll respond to you. If you've made it this far through the video, thanks very much for watching. I'm Goatan. Bye for now.